Hello and welcome to episode 115 of Fibertown. It's July 10th, 2015. My name is Emily. I'm Gina Fools on Ravelry. Hang on. I'm Gina Fools on Ravelry and Fibertown with an R-E on my blog and on Instagram. And this is Alice who wants to say hello. Look at my girl. I'm so happy we have been reunited. My little nugget. I missed her. I missed her squishiness and her vast intelligence. Yes, you may have guessed I have some cookies here. I have a jar of cookies out. Yeah, she hears the top come off this and she comes running. You want to try to get it again? Snorkel, snorkel. Maybe later, honey bunny. So, I'm back from Spain. I'm home. I'm on my porch. That needs to be nailed to the wall a little lower, don't you think? So it's beautiful, and I wasn't planning on recording today. However, it is a beautiful day outside. It's not too humid. The sun is actually shining. It's been super wet and gray here, and I'm just going to have to get a cookie for her. But the best thing about today, other than it's Friday, the best thing, okay, get off my lap, stay still, is that I was scheduled to have a root canal this morning. And turned out I don't need one. Without going into details, I am $1,500 richer and not in pain. So it could go bad in the future, but I will take it. I will take today and cherish it for a non-root canal day. So, you know what? One thing that stinks about getting older is that your old fillings start to disintegrate and they start to affect the nerves of your teeth. That's what's been happening. And genetics is a funny thing, isn't it? My brother has never had a cavity in his life. And, you know, he just has better enamel, I guess. My son is the same way. His enamel is weak. And my daughter hasn't had a cavity. All right, enough about teeth. Let me say hello to a few people. We have so much going on today. I feel like I've lugged out my entire craft room, except for that, that's my piano, and that is some weaving, some of my crazy weaving on the piano, and that is a basket of mini bats from my Rhinebeck fleece. Oh, you guys, I hit the ground off the plane. I think I woke up the first day at like 4:30 in the morning, jet lagged, because it was, 10:30 in the morning my time. And I have just been doing the stuff, So anyway, we have welcomes, we have a giveaway for the Autism Awareness KAL, we have the Summer of S prizes to show, we have FOs, works in progress, spinning, dyeing, sewing, acquisitions, and quite possibly Ask Fibertown, but I may decide to hold off at the end because it could be a super long episode. This is my prize-winning mug that I got at History Unwound. I won it, and I love this mug. Okay, hello and welcome. We had a few people in the month since I've been with my show notes introduce themselves, and the first one is, Studio Von Designs. That's Vonnie, and she's a graphic and web designer and fine artist. She loves color, she knits and crochets. Hi, Vonnie, thanks for saying hello. Then we have Derica from South Carolina. She spins, knits, sews, and sometimes crochets, and she's into seeing the spinning works in progress, and you're going to see some today. And she says hi to Alice. Thanks for saying hi, Derica. Then we have Mayfair333, who's Bettina from Germany. I understand that there has been an outrageous heat wave, in Europe, including Germany. So I hope that you've gotten some relief. That's rough when you don't have AC. When you don't usually need it, there's no reason to have it. I recommend getting ice cream, taking cold showers, and going to the movies. Sound good? Oh, and fans. Fans are a must. Okay, so she recently started watching knitting and spinning podcasts. She watched all the yarn raising podcasts. I wish Malia were back. I miss her. Hope she comes back. And she's been watching Fibertown. Yay! Oh, she learned to knit as a child from knitting socks, from her mother by knitting socks, and she started spinning this year. Excellent. Then we have Mommy of 8, who is Danielle. She lives in a tiny town smack dab in the middle of Iowa. Corn and bean fields all around her. And she has 8 children of her own, and she's got grandkids and stepkids, and she does everything. She's beginning to spin as well. Knits, crochets, embroiders, sews. So yay, thank you so much, Danielle, and Bettina, and everybody for saying hello. So shout outs to you all. Hope you're having a great summer. Okay, the Autism Awareness winner. Thank you. Thank all of you who participated for taking part in that. And it's a great KAL, and it's just, people start talking about autism in their family or how it's impacted them, and it's just, to raise awareness, and I think that's what we've done. And thank you to all the co-hosts, Nitty Girl from Undead Yarn, the Penhook and Needles ladies, and who's the other one? Nicolo's World. So we have the final winner. We've done this for 3 months, and the final winner out of 520 posts was post 249, who is my girl, Heather01851. Finally memorized your numbers. You are the lucky winner of the Dragonfly Fibers gorgeousness. Look at that. I may have your email or your home address, but send it to me anyway, and I will get this in the mail. Yay! And Heather shared that she has, that her kids are on the spectrum as well. So excellent. Okay. Summer of S. Summer of S. Let me show you some prizes. Going strong. It's going strong. It's so easy to participate, people. Just get in there. I know you're making something that has an S related to it. And it's summer, so that's when you're making it. Oh my goodness. All right, I am going to pull up the list of prizes so far, keeping in mind that the prizes are still coming in. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so the first one is a pattern giveaway from the very talented Pearl of the Pacific. Also, we have, I'm going to get those out of my bag down here. Okay. Project bags from Holland Handmaids, who is Mama to Abigail. And you guys, I still haven't decided which one of these I'm keeping. I love them both. I want them both. I have one of her project bags already, and I do adore it. I had so much good stuff waiting for me when I came home. Okay, here's the first one. Look, I love the fabrics. And her bags are impeccably made and just super easy to use, and her fabric choices are fantastic. It's a drawstring. I have one this size already, but I really love these. Maybe I'll just have to order another one of these fabrics. And that, she sent it, look, with a mini skein and some stitch markers, some locking ring stitch markers, and some tea. Lovely attention to detail. So then there's also this larger one. Hey, some stuff has fallen out of that bag. Shoot. And that is also gorgeous and a bigger size. Oh, and look at the inside. See? I love them both. Maybe I'll let the winner decide what they want. I don't know. Anyway, that also came with a mini skein, which has now fallen into my giant bag of acquisitions. And I will probably come upon it later and show you all. So that's another prize. Let's see. Then we have, a wonderful prize from Kimberly Spins. She's going to be sending hand-embroidered tea towels and ochazuke packets. Ochazuke, when Kimberly and I got together this winter in DC, we went to Looped and we went to Teaism, which is a tea and Asian food place. We had Japanese ochazuke soups, which are delicious. Let's see, they have rice, usually some sort of protein, julienne vegetables, like a dashi, kind of like the seaweed broth, and then you pour green tea over it, and it's a soup. So she lives in the Pacific Northwest where these things are plentiful, Asian grocery stores, and so she's sending tea towels and ochazuke packets. Let's see what else. Okay, Shaker Lane Woolworks has sent such a prize. I think I may have shown this before, but it bears showing again. This is a medium wedge project bag. She's on Etsy at Shaker Lane Woolworks. I want this too. Okay, look at the zipper pull. It's a Buddha. Smells good. It's like lavender. And ooh, there's a pocket inside and some stitch markers. Look at the pocket. There's her card. She's Taylor H. on Ravelry, Shaker Lane Woolworks. Now, I don't have anything against flowery fabrics. I love them. But if you're not into them, if you're a dude knitter, or if you just like beautifully made project bags, this is totally a project bag for anyone. You know what I'm saying? Just want all of the bags. She also sent a coordinating gradient mini set with coordinating tape. Look at this, Summer of S 2015. This is Cove hand-dyed mini skein gradient set. It's a 25/75 nylon merino, 500 yards total. This is a shawlette, y'all. 4 skeins. Gorgeous, gorgeous Taylor. You're doing it right. What else do we have? I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is not my forte. I tend to take forever showing this kind of stuff. Oh, 2 skeins from the amazing and generous Wandering Wool, and she'll be sending those coming up. This is all outlined on the Summer of S thread, which is chat friendly, and you can win just for chatting. You don't have to have an FO to win one of these prizes. So chat away, show your whips. 1 downloadable raft pattern, up to $10 value from the extremely generous DP Temple. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, the very generous and talented EANRN, who is Anne from the Carolina Fiber Girls podcast, one of my favorites. She donated a copy of the Fletcher's Falling Leaves sock pattern, which is her design. It's sticking gorgeous, and I want to knit it. It's gorgeous. Go check it out, Fletcher's Falling Leaves. And last but not least, a copy of the Trickle Shawl from the talented Boston Jen. This is her latest design. Gorgeous also, and I also want to knit it. I wish I had 8 arms and brains to go with them. And I haven't even chosen what prize I'm going to give away. There will be something. Okay, folks. So the Summer of S goes until September 1st. End of the day, September 1st. It's my husband's birthday. So hopefully I'll remember to close the thread. So please, show us what you're doing. Insanely gorgeous stuff over there already. Go and take a look. Okay, let's do FOs. Oh my gosh. Let me close this so I can see myself again. Hey, Al. How was your sweet potato? Sweet potato. She had a sweet potato treat. Okay. All right. We'll have you back later on, okay? You can show everybody your pretty face again. You all want to see my barn raising squares? I have, I don't know, 16 maybe? The ones I finished in Spain. I'm just going to go ahead and show you all. No. Did I? No, that's not one. Oops. Okay. I finished this one in Spain. This Enchanted Knoll Farm, the Common Grackle colorway. This is an extremely high twist sock yarn. I knit some collie wobbles out of it. It's gorgeous. I wish I had the ball here to show you how it twists up back on itself. It's not doing it with these short bits, but really great colorway, really great yarn. Look at that. Okay, so that's number one. And then this is some Gourmet Stash Poonies in the Guinness is Good For You colorway. I spun these and plied them in Spain, and then I knit this square, and I love it. It's super soft. It has all sorts of nice fibers in it. Then I knit this one. This is one of the ones I knit on the plain. I've gotten good at these, you guys. That was a scrap from someone, some gorgeous self-striping. These were leftovers from my mother-in-law's Regia socks, the Kristen Nicholas colorway. I might have shown these on my Spain episode. It was so long ago, I don't remember. I think I did show this one, Soft Kitty from Fiber Nymph Dye Works on the Bounce Space. And am I forgetting anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I knit another one in Spain. Yes. Miss Babs' Yummy Toes. That's in the Joan of Arc colorway. Yeah, so not bad. 6 squares. 6 squares for Spain. All right, let me put this over here without... sorry, Al. I rattled her cookie jar. She's so pretty. She's in a sunspot. Oh. That's it for FOs, but works in progress. Let me show you those. So I have one of my Arnie and Carlos socks done, and I started this in Spain, and I think I showed you the beginning of it. This is the ball band. Oh great, I just ripped it. There it is. Regia de Sackenvola. And it's color 03655, and they're Arnie and Carlos, because, hey guys, we need to see you. Super fun. I am on the heel flap of the second one. Let me show you. These are being knit on Carbon's double points, US 1.5. There they are. I stopped in the middle of a, oops, stopped in the middle of a row. You shouldn't do that. And I'm doing my standard sock recipe, 64 stitches, heel flap, where I slip stitches on the purl side rather than the knit side, because I'm slowed down by the purling anyway. And then I turn the heel, and then I do, I'm doing a double gusset on this one. Doing that again. Can we see that here? Okay. Double gusset. Free pattern on Rav. Turtle Girl 76. And those are my July socks. I'm starting to feel like knitting the socks one pair a month is kind of getting in the way of my knitting other things. So I'm going to keep doing it the rest of the year and see how it goes, and then possibly not just as I feel like it next year. And it wasn't even a goal of mine as I started the year. I don't know where that came from. Probably seeing other podcasters and people on Instagram doing similar things. It's the great enabler. So I have a design I've started working on. It's in the nascent stages of design. We shall see. It is a shawl, that's what I'll say. It will be a shawl. It could be a shawl. That's accurate. Now for something that actually is a shawl, The Pebble Beach by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. And some of you have told me, thank you very much, that the update is free that Helen did. That gives you different sizing options. Okay, thank you, Helen. I'm just kind of trucking along, doing my usual thing here, and hoping it'll work. Now, I ran into some mojo difficulties. As you may recall, mojo difficulties with this shawl. As you may recall, I had to rip back a few inches. And I think you might be able to see, it was somewhere around here. I wasn't able to, and that was because I wanted more of this sort of staggered eyelet pattern before I got to the other parts of the pattern. and my hand spun is skinnier than what the pattern calls for. This is Polworth from Unwind Yarn Company in the Aurora Borealis colorway. It's 600 yards of a 2-ply, and I wanted to use as much as possible. And it's really lovely the way the colors are knitting up. Loving it. And I just ran into the mojo problems because I was like, my eyelets aren't going to look right. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. And I couldn't really figure out how to fix it. And I didn't want to rip back again without knowing for sure. So it lingered. It lingered in my project bag that I made until yesterday, when the spoils of a very, very naughty episode of online retail therapy arrived at my house. I believe this was the project that I started. It may not have been this one. No, probably not. I started a project on some Chow Gu interchangeables, and the cord broke. This is like at least 2 months ago. I made a replacement request, and I got an acknowledgement of the request, but I have yet to receive anything else from Chow Gu. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to get back on the horn with them and maybe yell a little. See what happens. These are in US 6s, which is a 4mm. And now, speaking of Helen Stewart from I was listening to the Curious Handmade podcast, which is her podcast, and she had an interview with the CEO, the female CEO, who seems to be taking names and, what's the saying there? I don't know. Super cool lady. Anyway, I had resisted buying signatures because they're pricey. That is it. And I can buy needles produced elsewhere in the world for a fraction of the cost. But do I really want to do that? If I have to, yes, I do. I do want to do that. I'm glad there are those options, but for a number of reasons, carbon footprint being one of them, and it doesn't take a lot of money to send really lightweight needles across the oceans. But still, if I can support a business that is #1 female run, she runs a machine shop, like an engineering machinist thing. It's U.S. and female owned, and it's super good quality. When I can afford it, I'm gonna go there. So I've been looking at them at festivals for years, and online, and on Instagram, and no. And I finally was having a day, and I pulled the trigger and bought some. 4mm stiletto tips, 32-inch cord, which looks like this. It's just a little wobblier than I'm used to, but so far it's working out fine. And 5-inch needle tips. You have an option of customizing. Now, I listened to this interview with the CEO, and I was impressed. And with the precision that goes into them, and everything else, pretty much. One thing I'm not sure about is that they're convertible. They don't sell fixed circulars anymore, and these are screw in. And so time will tell if they stay screwed in. That's a big no-no for me. I do not like the usually it's screw-in needles tips for interchangeables where they do come unscrewed. Now, the yarn, I don't know if this is just because it's my crunchy hand spun. Well, it's not super crunchy, but it should be. I can't wait to block this, see how it develops. But there is a little bit of a noise. It's taken some getting used to. But my mojo is back. The good news, long explanation. My mojo is back, and I've knit a ton in under 24 hours. A ton on this, like 3 inches. And now I'm back to before my frogging. Like, I'm into new yarn now, which is always good. And I'm almost halfway through the 4 ounces. So that is that. That's my Pebble Beach. Loving the pattern. Helen Stewart has a new pattern out, Whispering Island, I think. It looks really pretty. So yeah, that was all Helen Stewart all the time. Okay, could be worse. Spinning. Okay, I have 2 small skeins. These are both Gourmet Stash. This was her Dinner Fash, which came in like 3 or 4 colors that she sent me as a gift, and this was the pink, which was Outlander related colorways. Claire's Herbarium, one of the colors in that. And this is Merino Cashmere. I think it's 25% cashmere and 75 merino. Superwash. It's super squish, and I think it's about 170 yards of a chain ply, so a 3-ply. It has its issues, folks, mainly because I couldn't wait to ply it. So it's going to be a few knots in that one. This one has been on the spindles for a very long time. This is Spinner's Hill. This was the Maryland Sheep and Wool last year. That was her colorway. Spinner's Hill. It's a fun place to sit and watch the sheep shearing. And it's got sari silk and all sorts of goodness. And it's about 150 yards of a 2-ply. So this one is definitely thicker than the other one. Now let me just show you the cornucopia. Let me take this green one out. It doesn't really go. This is a bowl of Gourmet Stash and Hobbledehoy handspun. That I feel, it's mostly Gourmet Stash. I feel it needs to be some sort of something together. Maybe one of those crazy Stephen West sweaters. The Rice sweater might be interesting. R-E-I-S, or an Enchanted Mesa. Or an exploration station. So yeah, this is going to be like my Sari Silk. Sari Silk and Sparkle extravaganza. It might be a terrible idea, but I want to use them all together somehow. So that is, in the meantime, they're all in this bowl, so I can look at them and think about them. And what else do we have? Oh, yes. Excuse me while I reach back here. This is my Coopworth Cotswold Lamb's Fleece. This is what I have spun so far. And in the past week since I've been home, I finished these 2 skeins. So they all are. And I think I'm at about 800 yards so far. And there's my swatch. Oh, so pretty. This will be a garment. And this is also sitting. And so I can look at it. Now, what I have left on that fleece is all in this bag. So I used to have 2 bags full. 2 bags full. Is it 3 bags full? Whatever. That's probably another half a pound-ish. So I'll have plenty of stuff. I don't think I'm gonna dye that. It's such a beautiful ivory color, but then I'm like, do I really want a white sweater? Or ivory, as it may be. I don't know. Perhaps it's a good time, now that we're talking about dyeing yarn, well, that I'm thinking about it, did I show you what I dyed? Can I do that now? Yeah, I think I can. Let me see if oh, here's the tag. So, also at Shenandoah, this past year, oh my gosh, hang on. Interrupted train of thought, anyone? Here we go. I'm going to show you my sweetheart. Let's see if I can show you my sweetheart. Stay, Al. Look at that precious thing in the sun. Every time I glance down, she's looking at me lovingly. It's good to be loved by your dog. If no one else, your dog loves you. Meduseld Dorset Down Frisian mix. I've probably met some of these sheep. How many did I get? 5 or 6 skeins? I think she gave me one for free. No, it was 6 skeins. I bought 5, she gave me 1. This is gorgeous stuff. And I think when we got home, my husband is still in Spain. My mother took pity on me and cooked. Like 2 days when we got home, she cooked for us. And so my kitchen was not in use. So I decided I'm just gonna dye this Dorset Frisian. And I was going for a russety color. I'm in love, I'm kind of in love. I mixed up my dyes. I used mostly Jacquard dyes, acid dyes, Jacquard brand. And I used some burnt orange. I think there was a greener shades in there as well. Burnt orange and ochre and russet and a brown and just a regular orange. I came out with this. This is going to be, I believe, an Irish Coffee by Thea Coleman. It's been on my list for ages, and yeah, I bought the pattern. Just need to start winding these bad boys. So that should be super gorgeous. My hair is bugging me. Sorry, I'm not used to looking at myself anymore. So I'm excited. Now on to sewing. I've got the sewing bug, guys. And I'm happy to have the sewing bug. And every time Fluffy Fibers puts out a new podcast, I buy more fabric and patterns. If you don't watch Isabel, you should. If you're into sewing, knitting, spinning, any of that, her handmade wardrobe section of her podcast is super inspiring. So I bought the Anna dress pattern by Handmade London, or by Hand London, and got some fabrics. Pretty much copied her fabric choices, except for one. It's very hard for me to buy fabric online, but if you see someone else wearing that, that's, almost as good. If you see it in a garment, it really helps me anyway. So, yes, I have some things coming in the mail still, but I did make this purse. It's an origami bag. It's from a tutorial by So Very Shannon, who is also a knitwear designer. And I love the way it just kind of hangs on your, it looks really good on. And it just takes 3 fat quarters. And while the construction kind of blew my mind, because I'm spatially challenged, and origami has never been my thing, I had to look at a couple different tutorials for the same bag before I had the light bulb moment. But, oh my gosh. It was not easy to sew, for me at least. These seams right here, like this one looks okay. That one's terrible. So I always make sure I have that side against my body. Styling, it's all about the styling. But that was fun. And I just use scraps. And speaking of scraps, I want to make another jelly roll quilt. I think I'd be better at it this time. I made one, and it gets a lot of use. I mean, the binding looks really bad. But it was fun, and it's functional. And so I was thinking of buying a new, like a ready-made jelly roll, which is just scraps of fabric that you attach end to end, and it's this whole fun process. Make them really fast. And then just stitch in the ditch to do the quilting. So, but I have a lot of fabric scraps now. And I went online, and you need about 40 different fabrics to make a jelly roll to have enough variety, and it's very patchworky looking. I went through my scraps. I totally have that. I washed all the scraps, and now I have to cut them. So, look, scraps of the shirt I'm wearing right now. So, that's on my list for this afternoon, to do some cutting. And, oh gosh, hair. I might get my son to help me do some of the sewing. I think he'd like that. And then some garment sewing is in my future again. Should be good. Oh, I forgot to show this. This is from my friend Sarah Flanes. She sent this from Germany. This was a prize from a previous knit-along that no one claimed. This will also be for the Summer of S. It's really pretty. Self-striping regia. Let me put that over here. I'll have to add that to the list. There's just stuff all over. And I'm going to show you acquisitions now. But first I want to talk to you about a podcast that I like. It's called The Knit Shift. It's by Laura. She's in Virginia, in Hampton Roads, or down Tidewater area, not Hampton Roads. Norfolk, I think. And I met her at Maryland Sheep and Wool. And she's got a fairly new podcast, but I really enjoy it. I mean, I shouldn't say but. New podcasts can be great. Click with her. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't with different podcasts. That's okay. Her first episodes were quite soft-spoken. I couldn't hear very well without earbuds. I'm getting my hand licked right now. It was a pretty face. But now the sound is quite good. And I really like it, and I've been enabled by her already. Thank you, Laura. Okay, don't lick me on my wrist. Do you want to come up? Oh. But I have to show the acquisitions. Such a nugget. Laura also has a very cute, I think, Cocker Spaniel. Just let you all appreciate the beauty. What do you like? Do you like squirrels? Check. Squirrels? Just looking outside. Squirrels are bad. We hates them, precious. Okay. Oh, I miss this girl. I miss this girl. Such a good dog. Okay. Acquisitions. I have a giveaway this episode too. I totally just forgot. You're gonna have to get down. Your little nugget head. Oh my gosh, and such a giveaway, you guys. Such a giveaway. Okay. So much good stuff. Ah! Here's the other one from Holland Handmaids. Ooh, fresh and fruity. Okay. This is not the giveaway. Woolenwein. I had to buy her dirty on purpose. And in fact, I have a list in my phone of all the colorways of Woolenwein that I want. I want the Woolenwein. This is her Volca base, MCN. There's definitely a theme, color theme for what I'm into lately. Not this one. This one does not fit it, but whoa, I'm in love. Savvy Skeins. I was Instagram enabled, I believe by Dark Matter Knits. Savvy Skeins. She dyed this one for me. This is Toxic Pony. If you have a child, or if you yourself are into My Little Pony, you might have to have this. I love it. This is a worsted. It's going to be a hat. And maybe mitts. Love it. What else do we have? Oh! This is what Laura enabled me to get. Also, I got a sample of this at Maryland Sheep and Wool, a little mini. But when I saw it on Laura's podcast on the Knit Shift, I was like, give it to me. I want that. This is Lammy Toes. Hello Kitten. Oh wait, hang on. That's just what she says. That's her motto. Moon Pie Merino is the base, and it's the colorway Bad Egg. Look at that, y'all. That is Speckle Mastery. Yes, it is. This is, what is this? 75-25. It looks like an awesome base, and I really love it. I love buying yarn. I also love buying fiber. Now, I've been stocking 2 fiber dealers. I have been stocking Julie Spins but I want her 50/50 BFL silk. She hasn't had it in a while. I should probably get in touch and see if she can still access it. Because if she can't, I might buy one of her other blends. She has really cool blends. The other one is Pigeon Roof Studios. I didn't realize that she keeps, I was going to her actual shop, but her Etsy shop is where she has her fiber. She has yarn too, beautiful yarns. And I fell in love with these two, especially this one. This is Superwash Merino, this is Merino Silk. This is the Pomegranate Instinct colorway, Pigeon Roof Studios. She's in California. This is Summer Day. I've spun her stuff before. I adore it. Adore her style of dyeing. Really gorgeous. Okay, and now for the giveaway. You have to thank me all for this, at least to begin with, because there was a dyer I've been watching on Etsy and Instagram, and just stuff like I had never seen before. Gorgeousness. And I finally got up the nerve to ask her if she would be interested in doing a giveaway. Not that she was unapproachable at all. It was just me. She was super approachable. This is Lisa of Northbound Knitting. She is a designer and a dyer, and her designs are beautiful. I think she designed the ingot as well as lots of other shawls. And I had just been blown away by some of her metal-inspired colorways, especially. I have a thing about copper on yarn, metallic colors on yarn that gets me. So she, super generous. Like her club right now, the club colorway, Alchemy, I will have to have that someday when she releases it from Club Colorway. Hopefully she does that, I don't know. She sent a giveaway, you guys. I know. Okay, Northbound Knitting. This is the Metallurgy colorway. 2 skeins, 400 yards each. This would be an insane shawl. Or if you're tiny, you could even make like a small sweater. If it were just stockinette and possibly 3/4 sleeves, you could get away with that. If you're petite. Metallurgy, I could not get a sweater out of this. Metallurgy is the colorway, and what did I say about these metallic-y colors on yarn? Oh, it's grays and browns and coppers and blacks and silver, and I love it. Okay? I love it. I hope you guys love it. I think you're gonna love it. Do you love it? I'm gonna open a thread. I don't know what the prompt will be, but I will open a thread and you can enter, okay? Good luck. Now, she has awesome bases too, and this one has come undone. She generously sent me a skein of the same colorway, but I remember how I was saying I love BFL silk blends where it's almost 50-50, or it is 50-50. She sent me this, you guys. This is the same colorway, Metallurgy, in her BFL silk base, which is 55 superwash BFL and 45 silk. This is 438 yards. I love it. It's super shiny. It's gorgeous. Look at that. So, thank you, Lisa. Everybody is awesome. This has been an episode of awesomeness. Let's see. I have an Ask Fibertown. I think, why not? Let's just go for it. We're already at 45 minutes. I have 2 new Ask Fibertowns. Let's see. The first one is from Caroline Spin Knit. Hello. How do you store your hand knit sweaters? Do you hang them up where it is easy to grab them? I have a cedar chest, and while it keeps my sweaters nice and safe, they are so safely put away that I often forget to wear my hand knits. Maybe you just need to put them in the cedar chest during the warmer months. Where do you live, Caroline? Let's see. Come on. Oregon. I'm going to Oregon in a few weeks. I had hoped to do a whole Pacific Northwest thing. That's not going to happen. But I will be in Bend, Oregon. One down. Bend, Oregon for a week with my daughter, visiting friends. And if you are nearby, I already checked out. There's a yarn store named Gossamer. It looks pretty good. We could totally meet up. So let me know. Okay, so Caroline's from Oregon. I don't know what your climate is like. I guess, you know, where we're going to go, it's quite different than, say, on the coast. But I do not hang up my sweaters. Cedar chest, I can see how that might be out of the way, and you have to open the lid. It's not super convenient. Maybe just keep them there in the warmer months. And then luckily, I have a dresser that is now, it's an IKEA dresser. It's red and rustic looking, and I keep all of my hand knits in it, along with either cotton balls or coffee filters that are doused in lavender essential oils to hopefully keep the bugs away. And I keep them in there. I keep like my really, my sweaters that are in frequent rotation, I keep them in, you know, the middle drawer. I keep my socks and scarves and cowls in the top drawer. I also keep mittens and hats and scarves and cowls in my entryway, in another IKEA cabinet that's just easy to open. There's also shoes in there. But all my hand knits are at the top, shoes are at the bottom. I do make sure that I wash my hand knits before they go away for the warmer weather. But there are a couple hand knits I wear even in the summer in AC. If they're very lightweight, like fingering or lace weight knits. Those do get used year round. But yeah, there is that out of sight, out of mind problem. So that could be a solution for you, just to do a seasonal thing. How do you guys store your hand knits? I'd like to know. Tell us in the episode thread. Now the other question is from Smet, S-M-A-E-T. She says she's pretty new to wheel spinning. I've owned my ladybug for about 5 months. When I'm finishing, I look so ridiculous. When I'm finishing up a traditional 2-ply, I end up having a good amount of singles left over on one of the bobbins. I've been lazy and just wind them off and leave them lying in a basket, unplied and unused and unloved. She didn't say unloved. I'd added that. What do you do with these leftover singles? Do you wind them into a cake and 2-ply it from either end, or do you chain ply a mini skein? Well, I could do all of that. Sometimes, actually, what I do, if it's a 2-ply, is I make an Andean plying bracelet. If there's not too much left on the bobbin, if there's, I don't know, you know, a little bit, or I make one of these plying bracelets, and you can find tutorials on YouTube. You basically wind around your fingers and hand in a fashion that when you're done, you take it off and you just slip it onto your wrist, and you have 2 ends that you can use at the same time, and you just ply from that. If you've done it right, they should come out easily. Sometimes I don't do it right, and that's a pain. But you can continue your 2-ply if you do that. If that's not an option, and then you can use up all of your singles, which is nice. If that's not an option, there are other things you can do. If you have enough, if you have too much for an Andean bracelet, maybe you want to make a chain ply and use it for minis. If you don't want to do anything with them, and I have also done this. This is my jar, and it looks like it's about time to ply, you guys. This is my jar of unused singles. It's that one. Anyway, I just plop them, I wind them off like you described, and I plop them in here. And you could do a chain ply with these, or you could, that would be a pain, adding in all these different new joins. Or you could just 2-ply them randomly. I have done that in the past. This is my second jar that I've done that with. You could knit something super barber pole-y, because it's going to be fairly barber pole-y. I used my singles to weave my 2-ply, my random leftover 2-ply skein I got like 400 yards. I wove it, I used it as the weft in this scarf. And I used just black acrylic, I think, for the warp. And very cool. Or, you know, if you have one of those Zoom looms, weave tiny little squares. So many options. Do you guys have other options? Those are the things I've done in the past. Okay, this is not accurately styled. All right, guys. Alice, you want to come say goodbye? I'll give you another cookie. It's been so nice. Come, sweetie. So nice to podcast from home again. Hope you guys liked the other episode out on the rocks. Ooh, let's do a piece of duck jerky this time. Oh, yum, 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 yum. And it's really good to be home with my doogie. He's a good doogie. You wanna, hey, you speak. That's not it. Speak. She's like, this is not the right setup. Speak. Speak. Ow. Can you speak? I got you. I got you. Speak. Speak. That's good enough. She's not a very barky dog. All gone, you little piglet. Ooh, okay, you guys, I will see you in about a week. And it's been great talking to you all. If you want a prize, let me know. Did I forget something? It's like a yarn store that's exploded in here. Ooh! I did want to do a shout out for the lovely lady who sent me this. This is some of her hand spun Jacob. This is, oh, it's like Shelly. I met at History Unwound, and she sent me some lovely hand spun Jacob for my scrap blankets. So thank you. Okay, we will say adios for now, and take care.